Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Do you know what time it is? It's 11:11-ish on a Sunday. So that means it's time for your Sunday service, soul food, and spiritual tea sessions with your favorite captain pirate, with your favorite goddess king, with your favorite reverend healer, with your favorite auntie uncle, LadySpeech in the place to be. How y'all doing today? Happy Sunday. I hope you all are feeling fine, free, and all of the way fabulous. I want to say what's up and hello to Pour in New York. Good morning. Bethany is insane. Good morning, Carlos Gonzalez. Good morning to Ginger. Good morning, Toxic Addicts. Good morning, Raw Flow Energy. Hello to all my beautiful people. Good morning, Emperor. Good morning, Loving Lady. Good morning, Sinclair Wolf Warrior. Hello, hello, Priestess Shakti Therapist. Girl Robin Hood in the place to be. Good morning, my dear. Sade Bovir. I hope I said that right. Let me know if I have. Hello, hello, and good morning to you, baby. Hello, Tara. Ah, such a beautiful spirit and soul you are. Hello, Itty. Good morning, She Bad. Good morning, Deja. Ah, good morning, Sarah Butts. Good morning, Emma. Good morning, AVG. AVG said, I'm manic today, so happy to have made it. Definitely needed to be grounded. I got you, baby. I got you. Dane, good evening to you, baby. South Africa representing. Exploding Robo Kitten. I love that name so much. Good morning, Nicole Doss. Good morning, Jay Bird. Good morning, Kelly Sardella. Hello, you beautiful people. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Cha. Good morning to all of you. Thank you for your super chat, Dane. I appreciate you so very much. I'm glad I said your name correctly, Deja. Good morning, Jay Glenn Sinclair. Excuse me. Good morning, Enjoy Beard. Hello, hello, beautiful people. I do want to acknowledge that I was a little bit late today. I engage in a bit of magic before I do these readings. Even if it's just simple as prayer. You know, I always light me a little incense. I always do a little something, something. And this morning I decided to engage in some candle magic before today's reading. And Spirit used that moment in time to let me know that I've upped my power level. So things got they got a little dangerous for a couple seconds. And then I brought it under control. But Lord, this morning's fire magic ritual was quite passionate. That's all I gotta say. I thought I was being low key. Apparently, I was not. Apparently, I was not. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all of you good people. It is so good to be here for your Sunday service. I look forward to these so deeply and so much. This reading is coming for you. But all the readings come for us. So this is not going to be any different. Welcome to the Speak and Spank. I am your host. I am your operator. I'm your ride operator. I am your deacon. I am your priestess. I am your preacher for the duration of this ride. I want to remind you to keep all hands and feet inside this ride at all times and make sure your safety belts are secured. Now, my OGs are already doing what they need to do. If you are an OG here, you are not new to this. You are, in fact, true to this. You've been following me for a while. You've been seeing these readings since I used to do them on Instagram. You remember. You remember. Then I transitioned over to Facebook. You remember. And now we landed here on YouTube. If you have seen more than 3 videos, you an OG here. If you are subscribed, you an OG here. If you participate in these comment sections, you are a sugar honey dumpling here. And I want to see it. So show me those purple and blue hearts in the comments. Show me those butterflies, baby. Now, if you're new here, you are not, in fact, true to this. You are new to this. You randomly got dropped off in this live, in this reading, in this video. You're seeing this after it's posted. You don't know what you're doing here. You randomly found me. You just started following me. Well, then let me see it, baby. Show me those yellow and green hearts in the comments. Let me see a sprinkling of caterpillars. My sugar honey dumplings are in the place representing all of you are sugar honey dumplings, and I appreciate that. But some of you pay a little extra for some extra content, and I appreciate that. I do. Oh, goodness. I just love being here. So let's get into it. The OGs already know what's up, but I'm going to take a moment to introduce the reading to the new folks because they don't understand how this works. So let me go ahead and do that. This gives the OGs time to get themselves all the way together. So first and foremost, this is the divination to help you start your week right, to help you to end your month correctly, to help you move into whatever season of your life you are moving into with a bit of counsel and spiritual guidance. So let me introduce you to the elements of these here readings. First and foremost, I do use cards. Now, I am a psychic. I am a medium. I don't need these cards, but I like to play with them. And we're going to do that today. So first and foremost, we're working with the tried, true, oldie but goodie. You know it. You love it. You want more of it. The Goddess Oracle deck. We are working with the, speaking of goddesses, the African Goddess Rising deck. Yes, we are. Also, ancestors are big over here, are foundational in this here practice. So we're going to be working with the Angels and Ancestors deck. You know it. You love it. You want some more of it. Last but not least, we are working with the Light Seers Tarot, baby. So those are the cards that we're going to be using today in order to glean some spiritual counsel from the cosmos. Now, when I do these readings, when I walk around this planet, when I am awake, when I am sleeping, when I am doing anything that I am doing, I'm always surrounded by at least 20,000 strong, baby. That's right. My spiritual counsel, my spiritual cord is thick. Okay. Thick. Okay. Thick. Okay, I'm talking thick as I am in real life, darling. All right. I'm never by myself. At least 10,000. From the Orisha to the Loa to the ancestors to the spiritual animal allies that guide me to the deities that follow my family lineage, darling. This spiritual team that I carry with me is thick, okay? But when I do these readings, I like to bring my rock friends. I like to bring my rock friends. So I brought citrine today. Oh, this one, I just want to eat it like a corn on the cob. Ooh, I want a citrine shaped like corn on the cob. No, I don't, because then I might lick it on a regular basis. And we don't want to lick our crystals over here. We do want to lick our crystals over here, but we don't. We want to lick our crystals over here. I want to eat all my crystals. It just looks so good. But we're working with some citrine today. And we're also working with a bit of peach moonstone. That's right. Now, I know y'all knew about moonstone, but did you know about the peach moonstone? I'm going to teach you about peach moonstone in our crystal of the week coming up here soon. But if you know, you know. If you don't, you'll find out. Today we're working with a peach moonstone, baby. And I believe y'all saw this last week, the chalcedony. I believe this is chalcedony. I cannot remember for the life of me what this is. But I believe this is chalcedony. Purple chalcedony. I might be wrong, but I believe it's purple chalcedony. That's our crystals. Okay, now, speaking of not being by myself, it is time to introduce you to the main character energy. You would think I'm the main character energy, and I am definitely the main character. But when I do these readings, the deacon, the assistant, takes the cake every single time. And fortunately for me, I don't mind sharing. I do not mind sharing the limelight with anybody. I am not that type of person. I do not mind sharing. Jennifer, I just saw. I just saw your comment. I wanted to lick me. Me too. Me too, honey. Me too. But let me get back to introducing the deacon, the assistant, the main character energy, the one whose cult we all belong to. You know it, you love it. It's this, the affirmation box, the sentient being that I birthed from my brain. Imagine if I birthed something from my body, okay? Because the way the deacon be messing all of us up, the deacon started a cult. The deacon doesn't have legs. The deacon doesn't have legs. And we're in a cult that the deacon started. This is what happens when I birth things, okay? I give birth to things and they just take on a life on their own and they do what they do. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Anyway, this is the Assistant Deacon Affirmation Box. What are we going to do with the Assistant Deacon Affirmation Box? We're going to play the game Call and Response. I'm going to pull randomly from this box of affirmations, songs, quotes from song lyrics. By the end of the month, your lyrics and your positive affirmations that you've been adding to the Deacon box. This is filled with all types of goodness. I'm going to pull randomly from this box. I'm doing a little mixy mix right now, okay? I'm getting all up in its innards, okay? The Deacon likes it when I stick my fingers in them. A lot of people like that too when I do that to them. Anyway. Mixy mix. I'm going to pull it randomly from this box and I'm going to say an affirmation or whatever the Deacon tells me to say. And then you are going to repeat after me, okay? And we're just going to sit here and affirm ourselves and pour into ourselves. Yes, we are. That's what we about to do. That's what we about to do. That is what we are about to do. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time, baby. Wolf Song Sings. Thank you so much for your super chat, baby. I appreciate you. Happy Sunday to all of you good people. Jay Bird already knows what's up. It's okay to cry. The Deacon is here for it. Toxic Edit says, do not lick selenite. Don't lick any of your crystals. Don't lick any of your crystals. But definitely don't lick selenite. And be careful with how y'all handle selenite. Like those crystal shards, like selenite is soft. It's incredibly soft. It's easily breakable. And I have seen people get crystal, what do you call those? The splinters. I had to just do the motion. Y'all see me struggling. LadySpeech in the house. Splinters. Crystal splinters suck. Don't lick selenite. Don't lick any of your crystals. But it's okay if you want to. You see me struggling. And I'm not even going to lie and say I haven't licked a crystal. Transparency. Don't do what I do. Don't lick a crystal. I don't do it on a regular basis. But once a year, it does get to me. And I end up licking a crystal. I'm working on myself. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. So yeah, let's go over pronouns real quick. My pronouns, because your favorite auntie uncle is a gender fluid all day long. So they're all of them. She, her, they, them, he, king. And the Deacon's pronouns are fuck around and find out. Self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. Monsters and makeup. Hello, beautiful baby. Thank you, Eddie, Deacon Fan Club. I appreciate you. Yes, I do. I appreciate you. Yes, I do. Sarah said, you naughty. Oh, yeah, darling. We nasty over here. Yes. Shards, yes. Splitter, y'all was helping me out. Y'all was helping me out because I was out here struggling. Y'all. The corn cob. I have that one, Enjoy Bird. I actually have that one. I have that one. I have that one. It's fun. It's so fun. Yes. All right, you good folks. Now, I want you to go grab your hydration. This is the Speak and Spank. It gets deep over here. So there's a few things that you need for these readings. Listen up. Go grab your notebooks. Go grab your tablets. Go grab whatever it is you like to take notes on, okay? Because some of you like to one and done it. You don't like to go back and reread it, look at your work. You don't want to revisit the video, and I respect that. So take your notes, okay? Secondly, go grab your hydration. I just finished sparkling water. You know I'm addicted. But never fear. I've got this hot-ass tea right here. We're drinking on hibiscus honey tea, baby. That smells delightful. I cannot wait to get into that. So go grab your hydration, all right? Go grab your soft things. Go grab your soft things. I'm currently in my current favorite house dress. Okay, this is my house dress, my house robe. I'm old school. My people are from the South. Okay, this is the house dress. Okay, we don't wear this outside. The only time you wear this outside, you can only wear this like 20 feet from your house when you want to go get the trash, or when you're picking up something from outside, you know, like delivery, or if you're going to get the mail. Okay. It's my house dress. It's nice and soft inside. Go grab you something soft. Go grab a comfort items, because sometimes the deacon comes from our throats. Sometimes these readings comes from our throats, and you just get told about yourself. And you know what? Sometimes you need to be told about yourself. That's fine, because that's how we grow. However, that can be rough to listen to. So go grab you a comfort item. Go grab you something soft, all right? Go grab you something soft, baby. Now, enjoy, bird. I got the chicken frying dress on under this, okay? If I had a lover right now, they would be in trouble, okay? They would be in trouble, okay? Because the best loving for me, definitely, because I role play, I do all the things, honey. I'm a whole dominatrix. I do all the things. But the best loving for me comes from when I'm comfortable. Comes from when I'm comfortable, baby. Oh, yes. Yes, a good chicken frying dress. You seen the video. Y'all know what I feel about that. You already know how I feel about that. All right, are we ready? I've given you enough time to gather your spirits. I've given you enough time to gather yourself together, to grab all the things that you need. It is time to get into this spiritual council, okay? It's time to get into this spiritual council, okay? So let me ring the alarm. Let the spirits know that we are present. The incense is burning, the candles are lit, the scene and the vibe is set. Welcome to the Speak and Spank. Let's get our heel on, okay? Let's get our heel on, baby. All right, we are going to start with the King of Cups. We are in the Light Seers Tarot, okay? Now, here is the thing. King of Cups is coming up upside down. What is Cups often associated with? The emotions. You gonna get tested this week, all right? It's super important for you to what? Stay grounded. It's super important for you to what? To get centered, okay? And that's going to be the theme of the reading today. You need to have your ass grounded, and you need to get your behind centered, okay? So here's the thing. When you get up in the morning, unless you have to go pee immediately, before them feet hit the ground or as them feet hit the ground, I want you to start doing some deep breaths, and I want you to center and ground yourself. Do not pick up your phone. Do not pick up your phone. Do not immediately start scrolling. Do not. And I want you to stop that. Do not open your eyes and the first thing you reach for is a piece of technology. Stop that. 5 minutes. Take the first 5 minutes of your day and ground yourself. Be mindful of your day. Take more control of your emotions and of your day by turning it into self. I have trained myself upon waking up, if I'm startled awake, or and this is if I'm in a deep sleep, if I'm startled awake or if I'm in a deep sleep, or if I'm waking up from my alarm, the first thing out of my mouth is to say thank you. I don't even have to have a reason. I've literally trained myself to say thank you. I'll get up in the morning, thank you. Before I even register anything, thank you. Like, so the first thing that I start my day out with is gratitude automatically. Like automatically. I train myself, thank you. Thank you. And then I have about 3 separate gratitude practices that I do. I have my gratitude list. So I either speak 10 things that I'm grateful for and why, and I say thank you at the end of that, or I write it down, okay? I have a gratitude practice that is exclusively for my body. I literally run my hands over every part of my body, and I thank my body for surviving and being here, okay? All right. Then I brush my teeth in the morning. I say thank you to water, because water is one of our oldest ancestors. So I specifically commune with water and say thank you for always being led to clean water, for me being led to good drinking water, for me being led to water that I can shower in, for me being led to water that I could use to wash my clothes, to drink my tea. I say thank you to water, okay? I'm sharing this with you because you're going to have to take control of your emotions. You're going to need to get grounded. There are folks coming to test you. The drama kings are going to be out in force. The drama queens are going to be out in force, okay? People aren't okay. People haven't been okay for a very long time, but 2020, the Coco Roro, this whole pandemic we're still living under, that blew the lid off of everybody's everything. And people are not as good as at masking and coping as they used to. Also, we're just in a worse state of mind. We're just not doing well, okay? We're also we're smack dab in the beginning of the SADS, honey, of seasonal affective disorder, of seasonal depression, okay? Folks, depression comes out in different ways. Now, I'm going to tell you this. My anxiety and depression looks like an attitude. It looks like meanness. And it actually took me a very long time. And a lot of black and brown folks, but especially black folks, especially black femmes, there's a lot of times when you are seeing us who have an attitude and it's not actually a negative disposition. You're experiencing our depression or our anxiety. Now, I can tell you this, because the way I was socialized and because of the way the world treats black femmes and black women is the reason why my anxiety and depression reads as an attitude, because it's never been safe for me to be introverted. It's never been safe for me to do a lot of things that a lot of my counterparts who are white and lighter skin can do, okay? So I say this to say, not everything being hurled at you from people, the negativity, the drama, the messed up emotions, a lot of times that's not coming from a malicious place against you. It's coming from a messed up place within them, okay? So this is why we start off this card with, you need to do what you got to do to control and root yourself in what you got to root yourself in, okay? Also, it is very important to know you might be the one that's tripping because of these things I just mentioned. Do you notice that you have your temper is shorter? Are you noticing that you are quicker to annoyance? Are you going off? Are you going left on people? Are you all up in everybody's drama? This is a call to get grounded. This is a call to get centered. This is a call to regulate your emotions, okay? This is a call to check in with your emotions. Where are you at? Where are you feeling? 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 Where are you at? And what are you feeling? This is the time to explore your emotions. Baby, I'm going to tell you this. It was literally 6 months ago that I clicked into the fact that I've been dealing with anxiety. Now, the face of anxiety, usually that's put out there because representation matters and we don't got the representation we need. Most of the times when this has been given, it's white AFAB folks and the symptoms, the way that they are, and the way that they are able to use their privilege to express their symptoms. I don't got that. So I for years, I did not identify with folks who had anxiety because it didn't look like how it presents in me. It took 6 months ago. It was literally working with my healer friends. And finally, my healer being like, you have anxiety, baby. And you've been dealing with that for a while. And I was like, oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. And this last 6 months has been me exploring all of the ways that has manifested in me and in all the ways that it comes out, okay? This is an invitation to get in and explore your emotions, to deconstruct them, to sit with them, to be with them, to center them, to ground them, okay? This is your emotions, to watch yourself, okay? Sometimes you are the problem. You are the drama. And you ain't doing it on purpose. You're not doing it because you trying to be malicious. You're just literally acting out on your CPSD or your complex post-traumatic disorder. You acting out on your anxiety. You're acting out on your other ish. So this is an opportunity to explore yourself. This is an opportunity to also be mindful of what you're seeing from other people. I want you to remember, my loves, that you cannot be taking people, personally. 9 times out of 10, it ain't even about you. It ain't even about you. It's about what someone has got going on inside of themselves, okay? It ain't even about you. So don't take it personally. I ain't telling you to be nobody's doormat. I ain't telling you to accept BS behavior. But I am reminding you that a lot of times it ain't about you. Get centered, get grounded. Watch what you're taking in. Watch what you're taking in. Watch what you're taking in. Get out of the comment section. Stay out of the comment section. Be careful of people who are rage farming. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of men, incels, who are doing it. There's women who are doing it. There's men, there's toxic women who are doing it. There are racist people who are doing it. Beware of that. Beware of people who are rage farming, who are literally, and what do I mean by rage farming? They're doing things to enrage people. They're putting out, I'm thinking right now specifically an example. There is an account on TikTok of this white woman, and she does these, how she came to my attention, because she was like, I'm doing an African lady NPC thing, and she takes on people's cultures and she appropriates them, and she's stereotypical, and she's not cool. She did this with Asian folks, African people, and she did this with Native American people. As soon as I hit her account, I was like, oh, you want this. You want this. You are intentionally pissing people off. You have no intention of like learning anything. You want to make people mad. You want to waste Black and Indigenous and Asian people's time. You want to get them angry at you. I instantly block. I'm not even going to give commentary about it. I instantly blocked you. We're good. My rage is sacred, hun. You don't get to just farm it just because for shits and giggles. We're not doing that over here. We're not. My rage is sacred. My rage is potent. I've learned that. And I've learned that when I use it and direct it in the right ways, it changes complete worlds. It can move mountains. I'm not going to waste that on you. So regulate yourself. Regulate yourself. Get into your emotions. Take a time out. Up your meditation. Andre 3000, 3 stacks. Benjamin, Mr. Benjamin, has given us a great resource. What is it? Something Blue Sun. I've been listening to it the whole time. I've been listening to it this whole week. Around the New Blue Sun. Is it New Blue Sun? Check out that album. It's a whole flute meditation album, and he recorded it on 500 and something hertz, which has been proven to give you healing. Use that as a resource. Get your meditation on, but do not let people ruffle your feathers, okay? Get into your meditation. So, like I said earlier, before your feet hit the ground, you need to be engaging in some grounding practices. Even if it's just 3 deep breaths in, and imagine you connecting yourself to the earth. There's many ways to do grounding practices. Before your feet hit the ground when you wake up, ground yourself. Before you go to bed at night, ground yourself. So if you do reverse that practice you did in the morning, 3 deep breaths in, do whatever you have to do. But grounding is the name of the game. Grounding is the name of the game. Get grounded, okay? Get grounded, get grounded, get grounded. Jaslyn Cruz said, I want to take accountability for my actions. Most definitely, I don't want to place blame, but I found more things in my marriage that I didn't want to find, and I feel weak because I feel it has control. Baby, all I want to tell you is this, Jaslyn. Take your accountability, and you are not weak. You are far from weak. So do not believe that. You are far from weak. The great thing is you're at a space of you wanting to make some change. So I just want you to lean into making change. You don't need to judge yourself. You need to explore why you let certain things happen. You need to explore what mind state you were in during that time. But judging yourself ain't going to do you no good, baby. Judging yourself ain't going to do you no good. You are now on the path to healing. Just focus on that. Just focus on that. And continue to take accountability. Yes, Poor New York said, New Blue Sun. It's beautiful, love, and healing vibrations. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So get you that. One of the things that I've been doing, actually, it's been a game changer. I did it last night. I listen to binaural beats. I listen to all types of meditation music. I've been listening to different hertz and things for years. I bought some sleeping headphones the other night, and I've finally taken to listen to it in my headphones. Now, I would sometimes put it in my whole room, and I don't remember to do that often. But listening to it in the headphones has been a game changer, and it has helped me to wake up even more grounded, okay? So that's just an idea for you guys. AVG, thank you, Speech. Thank you, Spirit. You are welcome, my dear. You are so very welcome, my dear. All right, y'all, we are still in the Light Seers Tarot, and we are going to be looking at the Page of Pentacles, all right? New beginnings, hun. New beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings for new beginnings. So for a lot of us, Pentacles has a lot to do with our practical reality and finances. This Page of Cups is speaking to the new business ventures that a lot of us are getting ready to undertake. And the fact is, we've got something good on our hands, okay? You've got the $1 million idea. You've got something good on your hands. Some of you are contemplating shifting careers. Do it. This is your sign to do it. This is your sign to do it. This is your sign to do it. Some of you are looking at going back to school. Do it. Some of you are looking at quitting school and going in a new direction. Do it. Okay. I have a friend of mine who she went back to school to get her degree. Originally, her degree was in marketing. She had a couple of credits to go. She could have ended that within a year and kept it pushing. She discovered her love for anthropology. She had to start all over in school. She was this close to graduating, this close to get and having a degree in marketing. That class changed her life. She took a leap. She started over, got her bachelor's degree in anthropology, went back overseas, got her master's degree, thought she was going to get her PhD, for only her to discover what? She's an author. She's a writer. She has been given this amazing sci-fi idea that is at least 7 books long. The concept is brilliant. She went from marketing to anthropologist to writer, and that's the exact walk she had to take to get to where she's got to go. You cannot be afraid to pivot. You cannot be afraid to say, we're going to go a different direction. You cannot be afraid of that. And the Page of Pentacles is telling you that good stuff is going to happen. Now, for some of you, this is not about the beginning in your finances. You are at the precipice of your magic. You are at the beginning of new magic, or you're just really getting into the next phase of your magic, or you're starting. This is a good path. You choosing to lean deeper into your magic, good path. You choosing to go to the next space, good path. And I'm right there with y'all, honey. This card is when this card came to the reading, it resonated. I'm pursuing herbalism. I'm pursuing a few things that I did not think that I was going to pursue. And I'm pursuing entrepreneurship in ways that I did not think that I was going to pursue it. But I know that this is exactly what I need to do in order to make my dreams come true, okay? So we have that first card, which is about getting grounded, focusing on yourself, not becoming the drama king, not letting the drama queens disrupt you from your space and your path and what you got going on. This is why. You are on the right path. You have chosen some good things. Spirit is here to help you out, okay? Spirit is here for you. This is new beginnings. This is exploration. This is earth magic. This is financial opportunities coming to pass, okay? This is good things. This is the beginning, all right? A lot of us are coming from a space of ending things, all right? Some of us have been in cycles of ending. I've been in a cycle. I've been in a 2-year cycle. Literally, right now, in the next 3 weeks, there is a cosmic 2-year cycle that I was in, that it was just that. And it started right before I moved here. 2-year cycle that I am just coming out of. Some of you are coming out of 3-year cycle. Some of you are coming out of a 1-year cycle. Some of you are coming out of a 6-month cycle. Doesn't matter how long the cycle has been, you're coming out of it and you're entering into newness and greatness. You are on the right path. So let these opportunities come to you. Let these opportunities come to you now. Spirit is going to send you your resources, your guides, the books you need. Spirit is going to send you what you need as you need it. So you better make sure that you're ready for this. And you are ready for this. You are ready for this. Okay? Take advantage of every opportunity Spirit gives to you. Doors about to open in your favor. Be ready. Be ready. And be open to those opportunities. All right, y'all. Let me pass the collection plate. The Cash App is LadySpeech. The Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa. The PayPal is LadySpeechSankofa@gmail.com. Always feel empowered to show your financial appreciation for this labor. Repeat after me. Being skinny or fat is not my identity. I am defined by who I am on the inside, a loving, wonderful person. We are going to break this down. We're just going to say the first part of this a couple times. Then we're going to say the second part of it a couple times. Being skinny or fat is not my identity. 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 It's a part of it. It's not you completely. So let's not make that our personality. Repeat after me. I am identified by who I am on the inside. A loving, wonderful person. I am identified by who I am on the inside. A loving and wonderful person. I am identified by who I am on the inside. A loving and wonderful person. I am identified by who I am on the inside. A loving and wonderful person. It's okay to love your body. It's okay to celebrate it. I don't care what your size is. It's beautiful. It's okay. It's not your whole identity. Okay? It's not. Let's do another affirmation, baby. Let's do another affirmation, baby. Let's do another affirmation, baby. My gratitude is an absolute magnet for the manifestation of all that I want. My gratitude is an absolute magnet for the manifestation of all that I want. My gratitude is an absolute magnet for my manifestations of all that I want. My gratitude is an absolute magnet for my manifestations of all that I want. My gratitude is an absolute magnet for my manifestations and all that I want. Tara, baby, thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate you. I do. The Emperor said, I needed that right at this very second. Wow, thank you, King, and thank you, Spirit. You are welcome. Queenie Baby said, Ashe, I receive it. Yes. 5-year cycle for me, baby. Oh, I know, Thimper. It's been rough for us. It's been rough. I found Emma. Welcome. Welcome to the dark side, darling. Welcome to the family, baby. Welcome to the family, Emma. I found my kink. After 29 years, I discovered that my asexual ass is into BDSM. You would be surprised how many aces are in BDSM. You would be surprised. You would be surprised. So many of my friends who practice are actually sex adverse. It's so wonderful watching people find a home here. You could be anything in this world. And I love it. I love it. Welcome, hun. The world is beautiful. Now, I'm going to say this. Research. As someone who's been in the game for over 20 years, there are many of us who are wonderful and so loving in this practice and in this lifestyle. I'm connected with some of the best people I've ever met on the planet. Some of the most ethical and amazing individuals, yes, they can be found in this world. And I also want to caution you and remind you that there are a lot of nasty folks. There are a lot of fakers. There are people who are really good at masking the monsters they are inside. So just trust your resource, trust your instincts, trust your intuition, research, trust your research. And vet. And even with all of that, you can still encounter someone who is nasty. But if you do all of that, you'll probably encounter more people who are good. And by the time you encounter someone like that, you'll have you a good little family that you can lean into. But welcome, baby. Welcome. Spirit gave me the recipe. Yes. I don't even know what you're referring to, but I know Spirit did. Queenie Babies said, I'm glad I made it. I'm glad you made it too, baby. Pouring to New York. Thank you. Spiritual perfection. Thank you. You are so welcome. Thank you for your super chat. Welcome to the Sugar Honey Dumpling Crew, Riot. You guys are lovely and wonderful. Let us continue. Speaking of welcome to the family, we are in the Angels and Ancestors Tarot. Fire Guardian. Ignite your passion. Now, Since we were talking about the sensual things, let's lean into that. Yes, find it. Find your passion and lean into it. Learn about it. Now, this isn't just sensual and sexual what we're talking about. I'm touching on the sensual and the sexual because I was just talking about it, so let's lean into it, okay? But it's also talking about other things as well. We're going to get into that too, all right? This is a time of leaning into your passion. What lights your fire? Remember the other card, the New Beginnings card, the Page of Pentacles, that was like, we're starting out in new territories, we're going into new things. Okay, we're moving into things that light our fire. We're moving into things that make us happy. We're moving into things that do it for us. I'm going to tell you this last 2 years was a struggle for me to create for y'all. And it was a struggle for me to create because I had to refigure out why I was creating. For over 20 years, I created for you all. I created for other people. I created for outside of me. The beginning of my creativity, though, was not for any of you. It was exclusively for me. It was exclusively for me. And that's what ended up saving my life. When I figured out that the medicine that I make for myself helps others, I became hyper-focused on that. And that did serve me, and it served my community for a very long time. But that stopped serving me, most especially when I moved. And I discovered that I couldn't do anything for y'all anymore. It all had to be for me. If I was going to sustain the way I wanted to work, if I was going to produce the way I wanted to produce, if I was going to give the way I wanted to give, I could not do it for y'all. I had to do it for myself. I had to refine my why. And my why actually couldn't be rooted outside of me because it's not sustainable. I burnt out because I was doing it for everybody. I burnt out. Now, this is my second time burning out in a big way. And I didn't burn out as hardcore as I did the first time. But I'm tired of burning out. I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. I don't like the fact that it literally sits me down for at least a year. My burnouts are epic because I go for at least 7, 8 years, 9, 10 years. I work for 10, 12 years without sitting down. We can't do that no more. We can't do that no more. I had to refine my passion. I had to reignite my passion. And for me, that centered around redefining my why. Redefining why I create. Now, are y'all all important to me? Yes. Do I want to serve? Yeah. But that cannot be the reason that is rooting this in me. No. Re-examine your why. Some of you have lost passion when it comes to your art, to relationships, to different things in your life because of the why is no longer appropriate. And that's okay. You need to refine the why. When I sat down, it really came down to, I literally had to sit and ask myself, I was like, do you want to do this? Because the options are piss or get off the pot. Do you want to do this? Do you want to make these videos? Do you want to be here for these people? Do you want to do Patreon? Do you want to do these things for these people? Because if you don't, you're fucking smart. Get your resume together and go get a corporate job. You would kill. You'd kill. You've done it before. And when I sat down, I was like, that would kill me. I don't want to do that. I actually do want to keep making content. I do want to make medicine. I actually want to make more medicine for people. I want to be an even better leader. No, I don't want to go to corporate. I don't want to do any of that. And I had to be like, okay, so you got to figure it out. You have to figure out why you lost your passion. You have to figure it out. You have to figure out why you allow people to take something you love so much away from you. And then you got to reignite it. And that's what I've done, okay? Reignite your passion. Refine your why. Refine your why. For some of you, reigniting your passion means you do have to let some things go because you're just not passionate about it. Sometimes you're going to look at something in your life and go, I can't refine my why because this is just done. And that's okay too. That's okay too. That's okay if the passion for something is used up, gone, done, and we moved on. Set that down. Set it down and go find you something else. Go find you the things that spark you. Go. Go. When I think about herbalism, it makes me happy. It makes the little tiny little person in me who used to sit outside making mud pies and leaf potions happy. Because that's actually what I've always wanted to do. It makes me happy knowing that I am pursuing herbalism. It makes me happy knowing that I can take better care of myself on an herbalist perspective, and I'll be able to better take care of my community. It literally just makes me happy. It makes me freaking happy. So what do you need to sit down? What needs to shift? Like the example of my friend, went back to school for marketing. Could have done, and she's good at that. She could have just done her little 2 semesters, graduated, and got a really great corporate job somewhere. But being an anthropologist sparked something in her soul. And as it turns out, it wasn't about being an anthropologist. Spirit had to take her on a very specific mission, because that story that she was given to her was born through all of that, what she went through. She needed to go to school. She needed to connect to our history and things in that way. She needed all of that. And it is through that process that this new process was able to filter down into her. And she didn't doubt it. She just trusted it. She pivoted and was like, I'm a writer. As it turns out, I'm an author. I'm a writer. And we were like, of course you are. That makes all the sense in the world. Of course you are. That makes all the sense in the world. So reignite your passion. Find your passion. Explore why your passion has been dead. Explore it. Because sometimes that's the key to igniting your passion, is exploring the reason why it went away in the first place. All right. All right. Still in the Angels and Ancestors deck, we have the Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action. Actually, let's go back to this card. So passion in regards to hobbies, passion in regards to the livelihood, financial things, passion in regards to sensuality and sexuality. We're going to revisit this. For some of you, you've hit a wall sensually and sexually because you are not in your body. You're not connected to your body. You have shame around your body. And you haven't healed it. As a survivor, don't you let your past abuse take your future pleasure. Don't let your abusers win. Yeah, welcome to the Speaking Spank. Go ahead and grab your comfort items. I'm speaking directly to a couple of you. Sensuality and sexuality is a need. It's a human need. It's a need. It's a need. It's a human need. It's a human need. It's a human need. It's a human need. Some of you won't let yourself explore it in a peaceful way, even with yourself. And you are cutting off a part of you that is in need. Accept your body. Do you know, I didn't start out with saying loving your body. I said accept it. Accept it for what it's got going on right now, for all the great things, for all the not so great things. Accept it. Because that's the first one. That's the first step in allowing your passion in. Some of you can't feel passion because you're not in your body. You can't accept that this is what it is. Accept it. Accept it for all of its disability. Accept it for its fatness. Accept it for its skinniness. Accept it for its frailness. Accept it in all of its chronic pain glory. Start there. Start there. Reignite your passion. Now, some of you are truly aces. That's great. You can still, there's still passion that doesn't have to do with sex, that the body needs to feel. Allow yourself to feel that, okay? Allow yourself to feel that. The Spice Skin, I want to thank you so much for being vulnerable with this comment. I'm going to read it out because Spirit is telling me that this is something that a lot of people struggle with. Spice Kitten said, used to blame my body for my abuse. I will revisit that with the new lens. It's not your body's fault. It's not your body's fault. Let me reframe it like this. Something that shifted my brain. I can be very spiteful, and I've shared with you before that a good amount of my healing happened because of spite. My father literally told me, he was like, you're going to be nothing. The last conversation we had face to face when I was 18, I was like, he was like, you ain't going to be shit. You're going to be drugged out and all kind of stuff. And I was like, bet. I did not heal because I wanted to be a good person initially. I wanted to heal because he said I couldn't. I wanted to heal because he said that I would be trash like him. And I was like, you didn't hell now. Hell to the now, now, now. Hell to the now, now, now. Spite. Such a good elixir. Such a good elixir. Such a good elixir. I forgot where I was going with that. Anyway, it was something about don't blame the body. Yeah, just don't blame the body. Okay? Don't blame the body. It's not the body's fault. It's not your fault. Heal out of spite initially, and then I got further in my healing, and I left the spite over. And that's the great thing about healing. If you use spite to heal, if you actually do your healing work and you do it deep enough, even if you first did it because of spite, if you do it deep enough, you're going to be doing it for its own reasons eventually. Okay. It ain't your fault. Oh, I know where I was going with that. Spite. My abusers did not want me to have pleasure with my body. It was a tool for them to have pleasure. One of the most revolutionary things that I can do is take it from me. And to create pleasure in and with my body that far exceeds anything they ever experienced with me. It was that thought that first motivated me to take my pleasure back. It wasn't even about internally. It was, again, spite. I wanted to generate pleasure past anything they ever got from me so that I knew that that was something they never got. And it's something that no one can get from me unless I give it. That was a great way for me to start reclaiming my pleasure. And it eventually turned into something that's completely selfish. And for me, which is good, because everybody, you should be selfish with your internal pleasure. But my biggest FU was, I get to have this. Y'all wanted me not. You wanted to destroy me in the act of getting pleasure from me. And so my biggest FU is when I'm blooming and growing and expanding in my pleasure. For some of you who can't do it for you, I gave that to you so you can start doing it for spite. And again, if you do it deep enough and well enough, the spite eventually dissolves and you're just doing it for the right reasons. But the biggest FU you can give to anyone who's ever taken from you is to take your pleasure back. Now, there are some of you who are aces, and so there's different ways for your body to experience beautiful, lovely pleasure that have nothing to do with sex. Explore that. Explore that. And give yourself opportunities to do those things as much as you can. Reignite your fire, reignite your passion. For you activists, this is important too, okay? Because I know you looking. Listen, I had to get quiet for these past 3 weeks because what's going on in Sudan, what's going on in Gaza, what's going on everywhere makes my brain explode. I had to sit for a second and be like, okay, I cannot melt down. I can respond, but I needed to process. And I needed to refocus my passion. Because what's going on out in the world is enough to make you want to put it down. It's enough to make you want to be like, why are we even fighting? It's enough to make you be like, bad people with power are just going to be horrible people with power. What can we do? I had to pull it back and refine my passion. 3 genocides we are watching. We are watching. On an ancestral level, I'm absolutely triggered. The history of them doing that to me is as of yesterday. The way that they commit genocide inside of the United States towards Black people now, and the fact that this has always been the history, as America has been founded, yeah, I'm triggered. It's enough to make you want to say, F this world. I had to refine my passion. I had to refocus myself. I had to refocus myself and be like, your work is valuable. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. You can't stop. So, refine it, honeys. Reignite it, babes, because our passion is needed. Our passion is needed. Now, with all that fiery energy, we've got the Shaolin Master backing us up because we don't want to be reckless. Fire can be dangerous, but you don't need to be afraid of it when you have proper boundaries with it. Shaolin Masters, if you've ever seen a Shaolin Master fight, they are deadly as hell. But if you've seen them in life, but a lot of you actually have not seen Shaolin Master fight because they practice the way of peace. And what they practice is to be so in control of yourself that you only need to exert the energy when you need to exert it. And when you exert it, it's deadly, it's forceful, and you pull back. What you'll also notice that there is grace into everything that the Shaolin monks and masters do. There is grace in every deadly movement. There is grace in everything. We are being taught to, as we are igniting our passion, we are about being graceful in movement and action. So this isn't reckless fighting. This is not being the bull in the china shop. Spirit is not trying to charge you up, then send you out there raging. The beginning of this reading was about grounding, was about centering, was about being the master. Shaolin masters are not masters over you or any of us. They have mastered themselves. They've mastered the martial art. They've mastered their emotions. They've mastered their bodies. They've mastered their movements. So they are in possession of great power, and it's harnessed and released when it needs to be. If you need to fight to the death, oh, they got you. And they're probably going to end up on top. But it's because they walked the way of peace. Go read The Art of War. I actually need to reread that. That was life-changing for me when I was like 19. When you really get through Sun Tzu's teaching, it literally, and he says it several times very directly in the teaching, this is about the way of peace. The Art of War is about the way of peace. And the real message of the Art of War is don't engage. War is dumb. like, war is destructive. War is dumb. This is stupid. Do not. But if you have to, be the deadliest son of a gun out there. But the deadliest son of a gun out there is the one who's in control of themselves. And the deadliest son of a gun out there is not going to engage in tactics of war just to keep hurting someone. When you really read the laws of war, Sun Tzu was like in and out. Sun Tzu was like, do all the things so that you don't have to do the thing. And then if you have to do the thing, one and done. In, out, done. We're not going to continue to pummel. No, it is identify the target, identify the weak spot, do your thing, bow, and pull out. You ain't got to take out everybody. You ain't got to do unnecessary things. So ignite your passion, but direct it. Practical ways to do this. Get into a martial art. Get into a meditation practice. And they're not just, I know when I say martial arts, I only think of the Asian-based martial arts, and those are great. But there is Brazilian martial arts. There is African martial arts. There's other martial arts out there. Research your own culture because you might find some things, okay, in that space, okay? Researching or engaging in a fighting practice that has a deep philosophical base, all right, that is not just about the fighting, but that is connected to some type of philosophy, all right. Lean into your meditation practice, okay. Even a gym practice with someone who is mindful, not these gym bro dudes. And I'm saying this as someone who is technically a gym bro now. 4 days a week. I'm a power lifter. I'm a strength trainer. But even with that, I go into that in a very mindful way. You know what I'm saying? This is not just about bulking up. Even the other day, a friend of mine tried to be all, and I know he was being super helpful, like, you should compete and you should do this. And I'm like, bruh, this is a lifestyle. Yes, I plan on competing when I'm in powerlifting when I'm 60. I don't need to compete now. I don't need that right now. Like, it'll do something for me when I'm 60. Like, I don't need that right now. I am approaching my powerlifting. I'm approaching all of it from a very spiritual and holistic perspective. Okay. So Shaolin Master, grace and mercy. Grace and mercy. Slow to movement too. Slow to anger. When we think about the Shaolin Masters, we think about the fact that, like, they're not easily agitated. Are you out here easily agitated? Can someone just do one thing to set you off? I would caution you. Number one, if you are easily agitated, you're living a high stress life. If all someone has to do is do stupid shit and to get you hyphy, you need to look at that. Why does everybody have so much control over your emotions? Are you a business owner and every single thing your client does gets on your nerves? Why are you that deep into? Why are you that deep in it? Why do they have that much control over you? Are you someone who is easily agitated on the road? Why do these people have so much control over you? Regulate your emotions. We're going to go back to that first card that I pulled. Regulate your emotions. There's something out of whack if you are so easily agitated with you. Get that under control, because that's a part of the reason why you can't show grace and mercy, and the reason why you can't be graceful, because everything gets on your nerves. If everything gets on your nerves, you have a problem with emotional regulation. Go fix it. Otherwise, you're going to continue to live a high stress life, and folks is going to worry you to death. Literally, though. Literally. Now, I'm not saying people ain't going to get on your nerves. And I'm not saying that, because being annoyed is human. But if you are easily, if 5 minutes on the road and you're yelling, people gonna be crazy. People gonna act wild. People gonna do what they do. If you're not expecting that when you leave your house and every single thing someone does, honey, they got a chokehold on you, and you gotta let that go, so that you can live a less stressed life. Cause Jesus. All right, let us get back into some of these. High stress will kill you. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Enjoy Beards. Beard said, taking shit personal. That ain't your shit. That's for real. A lot of us are out here taking a lot of people's ish personally. It don't mean nothing to them. It don't mean nothing to them. One of the most revolutionary things that I've really thought about, the fact is, I have to remind myself of this, is like, most of the time people aren't thinking about you. They're not thinking. Most of the time they're not. And when they do spend time thinking about you, it is not that long. Even if someone's thinking about you and they don't like you, they're not spending, for the most part, people ain't spending 24 hours a day, 7 days a week fixated on how they don't like you. Like, it ain't about you. It ain't about you. It ain't about you. Jaybird said, irritation and this growling dog in me is the biggest thing I'm trying to tackle through IFS, through intentions, through trying to work through it. My God, it is hard. Yes. And so, Jaybird, too, I think what a lot of folks, I'll say this, a lot of folks are also easily agitated because they have things, they have anger, they have rage they're not dealing with. A lot of times folks are easily irritable because you've got deep rage, deep anger at some very real things that are not getting handled. I am not in no way promoting suppression of emotions. Don't do that. I'm not promoting the next time you get irritated, I'm not saying repress it, but I invite you to explore it. Where does it come from? Are you really actually mad at this person? Why do you have such an extreme response to something so small? What is this small irritation? What big irritation is this sitting on top of? What I find when I work with folks who are easily irritated, you've got a lot of rage. This isn't all the time, but this is a lot of time. You've got rage you ain't fucking with. You got rage that you refuse. This candle is doing the most. I'm telling you, I was 20 minutes behind. I have never seen a candle do this. I've got some things to think about and pray about when this reading is done. And it's not at all bad. But like, oh my God. I think I just jumped 3 power levels. This is over here in this. Anyway. And it's on my personal altar too. None of the other fires are doing anything. They're doing regular. This is on my personal altar. This is crazy. Anyway. We doing? Yeah, I gotta check in with myself. What have I been doing? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, do your thing. Do your thing. I forgot where I'm at. That candle magic. Literally the fire. And I have such an affinity. I have such an affinity for fire. I'm an air sign. But like I've always just loved fire. That's one of my favorite elements. And I'm really good with fire magic. Like I'm insanely good with fire magic. And now like this is telling me something about me. Like this has never been this way. That's crazy. And I wasn't dialed all the way up when I lit that. And when I was doing that magic, I was just at my base. I haven't checked in with that in a long time. So in real time, you're watching me learn things about my own magic. But anyway, yeah, do your thing. I forgot where I was going, where the magic took me. The magic took me. Let's do some affirmations. 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 So many to choose from. All right. Ooh. The unhappiest people in the world are those who care the most about what other people think. Okay, Deacon. The unhappiest people in the world are the ones who care the most about what other people think. A quote by Joy Bell or Joy Bell C. The unhappiest people in the world are the ones that care the most about what other people think. Amen to that. The unhappiest people in the world are the ones that care the most about what other people think. The unhappiest people in the world are the ones who care the most about what other people think. You better go on and live your life. That is true as hell. You better go on and live your life. The happiest I've ever been is when I do me. The most, and I can attest to that. When I have worried about what other people got going on, I have been the most depressed. When I have tried to tailor my life the way other people told me to live it, I have been the most depressed. When I have worried about what people think about what I'm going to do, I make the least amount of movement in my life. When I just do not care and I pursue my joy and my happiness and my bliss, I end up making medicine for myself and for a lot of other people. I end up making myself and a lot of other people happy. So do what you got to do. Do you, babe. Do you. This next says, my life is filled with an abundance of goodness. Repeat after me. My life is filled with an abundance of goodness. My life is filled with an abundance of goodness. My life is filled with an abundance of goodness. My life is filled with the abundance of goodness. My life was filled with the abundance of goodness. My life is filled with the abundance of goodness. Eddie said Deacon was with that candle. No, for real. For real. Though, because for real, this candle is, I'm just going to describe to you. It's on my altar, so I'm not going to show you guys because I don't be showing my altars on. Technically, this candle's at the end, and there is nothing that, like, the wax is gone. Everything is gone. And it's just a flame on top of, and I burn it in this tiny cast iron skillet that I have, that it's really little. There's nothing. The flame is, I don't know what that looked like for you, but I just got, okay, the magic is definitely thick. I just got out of everything. All right, well, the magic is hitting. When the electronics start getting crazy, because Spirit does like to communicate through electronics, so this is a witchy tip. When you in the movies, when they're doing seances, and a lot of times when the lights flicker, that is actually a real thing. I've been to different seances or things of that, and the spirits start utilizing the lights and stuff. And also with technology, if I'm doing certain rituals, that's also sometimes you'll notice that if in ritual or ceremony, some of your electronics can get messed up during those times because they will use that energy and those electrical currents. So as soon as I started talking about this, I got to reconnect. Like, literally my phone was like, we cannot connect you at this time. Reconnect. I'm not having problems with my internet or nothing like that. We're close to a full moon, aren't we? That's tomorrow, isn't it? It's the next. We've got a new moon or a full moon coming up, don't we? Okay, yeah. I need to be doing, obviously, some more magic. So, the life of a spiritualist. All right, let's do another affirmation. I feel like this is from our ancestors, and I want to cry. I really feel like I can hear everybody's ancestors, like, saying this. I know my grandmother is really present right now, and I can hear a lot of y'all's people. So this is from your ancestors, and you could just listen. Loved you. Oh, dropped it. Loved you yesterday. Love you still. Always have and always will. Loved you yesterday. Love you still. Always have. Always will. Somebody is missing somebody. A lot of us are missing a lot of people. So this is from your grandmother. This is from your best friend. This is from your auntie. This is from your child. This is from somebody on the other side who has been thinking of you. And I am crying because this is an overwhelming amount of love that I'm feeling just from the other side. So these tears aren't in any way happiness. These tears are just from so many people right now are like wanting me to just communicate the depth of love that you came into the world with. And I know that there are times when you felt like you were by yourself, but you have been loved so wonderfully from the beginning, and you've been wanted. You have to understand that they wanted you. Your ancestors wanted you to be here. And I know some of you were born into the worst. The worst. And they're sorry. But they needed you to be here because they knew you could break the cycles. They knew that you could do the family justice. They knew. So even if you've never felt love, and even if you have, you were wanted from the moment you were here. From the moment you were born, you were wanted. And it doesn't matter if your blood family did not make you feel wanted. It doesn't matter if you've never felt loved by them. You've been loved well by your ancestors. And sometimes they just need you to acknowledge that. So I'm going to read that. I don't want you to repeat it. This is from someone who's thinking about you too. Loved you yesterday. Love you still. Always have. Always will. Loved you yesterday. Love you still. Always have. Always will. Loved you yesterday. Love you still. Always have. Always will. Just know that. Just know that. Like, the love I feel right now for my own people and for yours. Okay? Whenever you feel like no one understands you, you are understood. There is a weirdo ancestor that you are living the life of their dreams. You are being the weird person that they always wanted to be and never could. They see you. They accept you. They love you. I don't care if you think you're not the first person who is gay in your family. You're not the first person who's a witch. You're not the first black sheep. You're not the first person to reject the family. You're not the first non-binary person. You're not the first trans person. There's somebody. There's at least one. And they love you. And they're so happy you're here. And they celebrate every single one of your wins with you. They celebrate your victory. And this is why I appreciate the traditions that I come from, where we venerate our ancestors. Because as someone who was the black sheep and had to venture out on my own, it was the love of my ancestors that got me here. They affirmed me. When I wasn't affirmed in my sexuality, when I wasn't affirmed in my gender, they were always the first to affirm me, and to consistently let me know that I'm perfect. And that there is nothing new about me, that I don't have to, that I can find comfort in the fact that one of them did this before me. So I have something to lean into. I don't ever have to feel like I'm by myself. And that has carried me through. And that has given me, and through that, they have given me an amazing chosen family. So yeah, somebody is thinking about you. Somebody loves you. You have been wanted from the moment you have been here. And you're wanted now. And you will be welcomed home when it's time for you to transition to the ancestral realm. You're not going to be met with nothingness. You have a whole family that's going to guide you home. So there's that for us. There's that for us. Carlos Gonzalez, thank you so much for your super chat, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's right, Kismet. Baby, get up. Fight back. Always, auntie. Always. Yep. Yep, that's right. You guys are so welcome. Your people love you so much. When we're done, if you guys have an ancestor altar, if you haven't given them their offerings for the day, go do that. If you don't have an ancestor altar, sing for them. Go cook one of your ancestors' favorite foods. Dance for them. Go research your favorite, go research about your history and your ancestry. There are lots of ways. Take care of yourself, because everything on you belongs to someone else. There's nothing new. This nose ain't new. One of my ancestors had this and they gave it to me. These lips aren't new. One of my ancestors had these and they gave them to me. These lovely brown eyes aren't new. One of my ancestors had them and they gave them to me. So when I take care of myself, I'm venerating my ancestors. If nothing else, go nourish yourself. Go eat some good food today. And just love on you, because by loving on you, you're loving on them. And they just want us to know that they love us so much and they're so here for us. So, Spice Kitten, I love you. I love you so much and thank you. I'm not ashamed. I did not mean for us to be just a crying mess this morning. But you know anything can happen at this week's bank. Y'all, this flame is still over here. Alive. Your auntie, I don't know what's going on with your uncle, but I'm on to something new. I'm gonna say that. And I be acting like I don't be preparing for this. I be acting like I don't actively do research. I be acting like I'm not always learning. I'm acting like I shouldn't be prepared for this. But I swear to God, I've been practicing for over 20 years, and every single time something crazy happened, I'd be like, oh, wow. Like, it's never not new. Now that I'm clicking into what I've been doing for the past 9 months, I know exactly what's going on. But I'm still just like, it worked. Essentially, when we got introduced to the Avatar, the cartoon series, that wasn't all fake. I think I figured out how to firebend. We'll discuss that at a later date and time. Because when I tell you there is nothing, this flame is just dancing on this altar. There's no wax. Also, this candle shouldn't be burned out to this level. This was a votive candle, and it's gone. Girl. This is about to be fun. Okay, let me focus back up. We still got the reading to get through. Thank you for your super chat, lady. Thank you for your super chat. Enjoy Beard said, I cry an awful amount, but burst into tears about anything in me, in all things. Oh Lord, yeah. Crying is cleansing. It really is. Itty said, I'm telling you, I think my candle said hi. Who else is burning candles during this time? Is y'all's candles going off too? Because like we're doing things over here. We're doing things over here. Okay. All right. I don't even know where we're at now. We did affirmations? Yeah, we did. We did the other. Oh, we need to do another affirmation. Let's do another affirmation. Let's do another affirmation. Okay. This is a very particular one. This is for somebody in particular. I dropped an affirmation trying to get it. I don't know who it's for, but if it's for you, it's for you. Just listen. This is by Patricia D'Souza. Never lose yourself to a secret. Never lose yourself to your secret. Okay, somebody might be out here keeping a secret that is detrimental. I feel like whoever this applies to, some of you, this is a family secret that you probably just need to go ahead and spill that tea and be freed. Spill that tea, okay? Now, if Uncle so-and-so was the worst person, he was just the worst person. Let him be the worst person. That's his story to live, okay? If Auntie so-and-so, this flame is tripping me out. There's another one. It birthed the baby flame. I cannot wait. So as part of my tradition, we read the wax. So I don't oftentimes burn my votives in votive holders. I burn them on plates or different safe things so that I can read the wax. There's going to be nothing left to read. But like I'm going to see this thing is burning really hot. So I'm going to see if it leaves ash or whatever this is really interesting. It birthed, there's 2 flames now. Craziness. Never lose yourself to your secret. 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 All right, let's continue. We're going to move on with the African Goddess Rising deck. Yeah, there ain't going to be no wax to read, but they're going to be something. There's got to be some suit. There's going to have to be some suit to read because this shit burned hot and it's just been the flame. Okay, now it's going down. That was crazy. Well, I guess that's important too, because there isn't going to be anything to read. So I've been actually reading the flames with you guys. That's important. And there's 2. Yeah, so there's not, yeah, so magic tip, if that ever happens to you, so this is a situation where there isn't going to be any wax left, and I usually read the wax. And this is also why you need to sit with your candles during candle magic. So I don't just burn, especially if I'm burning fixed candles, I don't burn my candles and walk away. Okay, we sit with the flames that we have, just because fire hazards. This flame literally got at least this big. It got big as hell, and I trimmed my wax, I trimmed my wick and all that kind of stuff, so it wasn't that. But we also sit with it because there's not going to be anything to read. But this whole time I've been reading the flames, and I am remembering what I was seeing, and I remember the course of this, and now we're ending this with 2. So that's something that's notable. And this candle was fixed for something in particular. I'm not going to tell you guys what it was fixed for, but so the fact that there's 2 is an unexpected good answer to this prayer, but an unexpected one. And we're ending with 2. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Something I wasn't looking for, but that's a good answer. All right, so yeah, candle magic, always sit. We don't set it and forget it with candle magic. The only time we might do that is if we're burning a 7-day candle and we're going to keep that continuously burning. But even with that, and I have done that, it is always set in a place where I know it's not going to be bothered and it's safe. And I also set my candles in a way that if it does explode, it will not take out anything around it or on the altar. So it's very important. On a technical level, we don't suggest leaving your candles burning like that. On a practical magic level, yeah, there are times when I've left a 7-day candle burning. And so there's a vessel, I utilize different vessels, water, and different things of that nature, just in case it explodes or something happens. Like I've been doing this for a while. We don't burn down houses in the name of magic. We don't do that. But yeah, so you just learned something. Moving on. Thank you for your super chat, Christy. Thank you for the affirmations on and about secrets. I've been telling the family ones not caring about the outcome. Amen. Tell them family secrets. Christmas is coming up. Ruin the family dinner. Tell on everybody. Out the abusers. Out the abusers. Out the abusers. And stop showing up, bringing your kids to places where you know there's going to be abusers. Tell the family off. Tell the secrets. Your grandma, she been spiking the toddlers' eggnog. Tell that. No, I'm just playing. Don't tell on your grandma. No, I'm not playing. Tell on your grandma. Your uncle is the Chester of the family. Tell on him. Tell on him. And cuss his ass out too. Cuss his ass out too. Cuss his ass out too. Your cousin out here abusing her kids. Tell. Tell everybody. Tell everybody. Your uncle touched you inappropriately. You better tell that. You better run and tell that. Ruin Christmas. Especially if the secret been ruining you. That's how you know if you should ruin Christmas. Is the secret you're keeping, is that causing you PTSD? Ruin Christmas. And then never show up again. Unless they make amends and they're willing to change. Quit keeping these people's secrets. Quit. That's why my family don't be inviting me. Because I'm going to run and tell that. I'm going to run and tell that. They be like, do you always have to talk about? Yes. Because y'all don't talk about it. Do you see what would happen? If y'all start talking about it, I would stop talking about it. But since y'all don't talk about it, I'm going to always talk about it. Tell on everybody. Moving on to the African Goddess Rising deck. Queen, mother, nanny, because it's liberation. This is why we're running and telling all the secrets. Enjoy birds and hell no. I'm going to show up tomorrow morning. Joy has chosen violence in the name of healing, and I love it. I love it. She's like, I ain't waiting for Christmas. I'm going to ruin your Monday. I heard that. I'm going to ruin your Wednesday. Ruin it. Ruin it. Tell all the secrets. Ruin it. Liberate yourself. Liberate yourself. Queen Nanny got the same call that Harriet Tubman heard. Freed over 800 slaves. Was imported as a free person. Made into a slave. Given over in Jamaica and proceeded to stunt on them. Liberated herself and 800 more folk. You are being liberated from limited thought processes. You are being liberated from the way you limited yourself in the past. You are being liberated from your enslavement to limited thinking. Queen Nanny got a whole spear. Your liberation is going to be a little violent. And that's okay. That's what it needs to be. That's what it needs to be. Sometimes you got to be jostled out of a space to make sure you don't go back there. Sometimes liberation is nice and flowery and beautiful and peaceful and pain-free. And sometimes it hurts like the dickens. It's time to unleash yourself. From ways of thinking, from ways of acting that you've acted before. It's time to unleash yourself from problematic behavior. It's time to unleash yourself from limited thinking. You need to have more audacity. Incels be out here loud and wrong, but they loud though. The audacity. Racists be out here loud and wrong, but they loud though. The audacity. If they can, you should. They be loud and wrong and just out here. Loud and wrong and just out here. You ain't wrong. You need to get loud. The audacity. Liberate yourself. Liberate yourself from Western style of thinking, capitalistic style thinking, whatever it is that you need to liberate yourself from, you need to go ahead and do that because it's time to get free. It's time to be free. Now, in the beginning, she set out to liberate herself. She did that. And she looked around at all that freedom and was like, well, this ain't no fun if the homies can't get none. And through her liberation of herself, she was able to help liberate others. When we focus on saving ourselves, we will automatically help to save other people. There will never ever, never ever a need to be captain savior to anybody. Liberate yourself. As you do that, you're going to help give permission to others to liberate themselves. And when you are called to help them liberate themselves, you will fit right in. Liberate yourself. It's time to get free. Asasia. Joy. Your joy is revolutionary. The more marginalized the people, the greater the joy. Black joy being some of the most potent joy of all. Indigenous joy being some of the most potent joy of all. Queer joy, trans joy, non-binary joy. Potent. Potent. Pursue your joy. Pursue your joy. But what really makes you happy, though? Sit with that. Because a lot of us have superficial things that we've been taught to make us happy. But what really makes you happy? From the simple things to the big things. What makes you happy? Pursue your joy. Activists, you better not be out here be focused on nothing but the tragedy, the muck and the mire of the world. You will burn out quickly and you will not be of service or of help to any of us. Do you know what I've been focused on as we've been watching these 3 genocides go down? I've been focused on educating myself around all 3 of these genocides. All 3 of these genocides I've known about already before all of this and was already educating myself. But I've been intensely focusing on my happiness. I've been pursuing the things. I've been off of social media. I check in when I need to check in. I learn the things that I need to learn, then I get my ass off and I focus on my joy because I know that that is sustainable. When I focus on my joy, I can go back to my activism and come from a place and continue to root myself in a place of love and fight from there. Continued focus on the sadness, intense focus on the pain, that ain't gonna get us nowhere but in that cycle. I am not saying turn a blind eye. I'm not looking away from what's happening. I'm looking straight forward at it. And I also go and attend to my joy. I've been going to protest about freeing Palestine since I was 18 years old. I've been well aware of the issue for over 20 years. I have watched it get worse for 20 years. The only way I can keep fighting is if I check into my joy. Because watching children pass away is hard. Watching Black bodies being used for profit is hard. And it absolutely makes me want to walk off the planet. Because I do not and will never be able to understand from a human perspective how you could do that. I don't understand as someone who is actually connected to God, how you could, in the name of God, do these things. I cannot understand that. Intellectually, I get it. Heart-wise, I don't understand and I don't have the capacity to understand. I could not sustain this fight if that's all I stared at. If I didn't have love to taste, if I didn't have joy to taste, I would not. It's easy to forget that that is the reason why we are fighting. Because everyone should be able to taste love. Everybody should be able to taste joy. So focus on your joy. Do not turn a blind eye to things. Do not act like this is not happening. Do not act like it's not crazy out here. But also understand that the only way is to keep rooting yourself in the love that's here. That is why, because all of us should be able to taste that. It's a human right. I continuously taste that so that I can remind myself that we all should be tasting that. And that is why I fight. Remember your joy. Joy is medicine. This is also a reminder to do not treat joy as a vice. Do not use your vices to escape reality. Do not use the pursuit of joy as an excuse to ignore what is happening all around the world, what is happening in your own community. Do not use that as escapism. It is a tool. It is medicine. Use it as such. It is a human experience. Use it as such. Hoodoo Princess, you are right on time, my dear. You are right on time. All right, let's do some affirmations. I'm gonna go ahead and pass the collection plate again. Cash App LadySpeech, Venmo LadySpeech Sankofa, PayPal LadySpeech Sankofa at gmail.com. Thank you to every single one of you who have given a super chat, who have given a super sticker. I appreciate you so very deeply, so very deeply. Let's do some affirmations. Let's do some affirmation. I give myself permission to create unconditional freedom in my life. Okay, Deacon. The Deacon be reading the reading and giving us a reading based on the reading. I give myself permission to create unconditional freedom in my life. I give myself permission to create unconditional freedom in my life. I give myself permission to create unconditional freedom in my life. I give myself permission to create unconditional freedom in my life. I give myself permission to create unconditional freedom in my life. I give myself permission to create unconditional freedom in my life. I give myself permission to create unconditional freedom in my life. Ah, Deacon. My God. Always hitting us with what we need. Just listen. By one of our favorites, Khalil Gibran. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. Y'all look at my scars every single time you see me, and you see them as beautiful because I've painted them as beautiful. I've named them beautiful. So that is what you see. The very act of me being a healer speaks to the wound. The depth of healing I'm able to do with you is the depth of pain and trauma I've experienced and more. I never should have been put through what I was put through. Y'all never should have been put through what you were put through. But we here. This is a reminder that so many of the people that you love and respect have gone through it. And some of the most beautiful things about them have emerged because they suffered. Don't disrespect your scars. It means you survived. And sometimes that scar you think of as so ugly, someone sees as one of the most beautiful parts of who you are. Everybody been through something. Remember that. Repeat after me. Healing is hard. Staying wounded is harder. 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 All right, last two readings, last two cards of the reading, baby. Get grounded, Tara. Centering. We just talked about this earlier in the reading. This has been a theme. You need to get grounded. You need to get centered. When you get up in the morning, before them hit the floor, ground yourself. As you are, before you go to sleep, ground yourself. As you move through different tasks during the day, ground yourself. If you are done with a certain task, before you move on, sit with yourself and ground yourself. Grounding can take 10 minutes, 10 hours. Grounding can take 2 minutes, 2 seconds. As you move from building to building, once you leave your house, ground yourself. Once you get out of your car, ground yourself. Once you step off of the bus, ground yourself. Once you get off of the train or the light rail, ground yourself. Before you enter into a new project, ground yourself. Ground yourself. Root yourself. Prayer, meditation. Ground yourself with your crystals. When it's warm outside, take your shoes off and hit them bare soles against that grass, against that concrete. Sit on the ground. Touch the ground. There are many ways that you can have a chant, a mantra. Create a little practice that you do. Some arm movements, some leg movements, something, little dance. I don't care. Ground yourself. Center yourself. And the next question, what are you grounded in? Name it. Create it. What are you rooted to? What are you planted in? Did you ground yourself in chaos? Or did you ground yourself in peace? Because that's the thing. The what you are grounding yourself to is just as important. So for instance, say we were actually going to plant ourselves. Do you think it's a good idea to plant yourself in some quicksand? That don't seem like it's a good idea. Do you think like it's a good idea to ground yourself on the edge of a cliff that's eroding? That don't seem like that's a good idea. What are you grounding yourself in? Are you grounding yourself in love? Are you grounding yourself in focus? Because some of us end up grounding ourselves in, some of y'all are doing grounding practices, but you're regrounding yourself in anxiety. You're regrounding yourself in nastiness, in negativity. So the what you're centering yourself in and on is very, very important, okay? So ground yourself as you're moving from practice to practice. Even in getting in your car, we talked about earlier, like being easily irritable. Ground yourself. Listen, I get in my car and I'm automatically like, y'all gonna act crazy. I literally be like, y'all gonna act crazy. Y'all gonna act crazy, so I'm gonna be good. I already expect it. So I have very low incidence of road rage because I'd be like, oh, look at you playing your part. And my prayer is that I have the strength, the fortitude, the wherewithal, the sight, and the instincts to be able to navigate through all of you. I focus on what I'm going to do about the situation. I'm not going to act crazy when I'm out there on the road. I'm going to drive my car and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And I'm going to look out and look alive and I'm going to be taken care of. Okay. I can't do nothing about what y'all going to do. Y'all going to act crazy. I can't do nothing about that. What I can control is the world around me and my emotions. So that's what I'm going to do. That grounding helps me think faster because I already expect it. So when someone act crazy, I got to swerve, I got to do. I'm already in it. I'm already in there goes that. Boop, boop, and I can just move on. Ground yourself. Center yourself. Center, ground, do the things. And this needs to be a regular practice. So up your meditation game. Up your stuff. What she was doing before that was cool. We need more now. We need more. We need more, darling. More cowbell. More cowbell. More cowbell. Last card, Artemis, selfhood. Who are you? Who are you? But first and foremost, who are you serving out here in these streets? Now, this is for everybody, but I'm going to begin with the AFABs. Assigned female at birth, because you came out with the vajayjay. If you are assigned female at birth, and especially if you are brown or indigenous or Asian, and even more so if you are black, you have been taught to serve. Your femininity is a tool for patriarchy, for children, for your mothers-in-laws, for your fathers-in-laws, for your co-workers. It is for everybody save for you. You were taught to serve them over you. Them over you. Everybody before you. Challenge that. Now, I come from an indigenous perspective. We don't make it without community. But one people don't understand is that in indigenous culture, the individual was absolutely honored in the most purest ways, acknowledged. And because the individual was treated as valuable and important and a part of something bigger, we were able to build strong communities because we built strong individuals. And we instilled in individuals that you are part of the collective. But it starts with you first. Who are you? What gifts do you have to bring? You are important. You cannot serve the community unless you know who you are. You cannot serve the community at the best of your best without knowing who you are. It is unique to you first. That analogy of plane is crashing, you need to put your oxygen mask on first before you help everybody else. That's what it is. When the news of these 3 genocides broke, I immediately, in me, rose up and was like, it's time. You gotta produce more. You have to do more. But before I did that, Spirit was like, what do you need? And I was like, that's right. I checked in. What do I need? What do I need? Where am I at? Where am I at mentally? You coming off of a 2-year burnout. Where are you at? How do you want to be strategic about how you're putting things out? You want to show up even more for the community. You have more gifts to give. You've been working on medicine for the last 3 years, and it's time to finally debut that medicine. What is the best ways to do it so that you are not stressed out? I had to, before I can serve any of you, I have to serve me first. Who are you? We have all been shifted greatly in the past 3 years. Who are you now? What do you need now? Because it's far different than what you needed 3 years ago. Again, going back to the analogy I used earlier, I had to redefine my why. I had to do things for me. I had to reposition that. I needed to do things because they make me happy. That's more sustainable. I can be and that's when I recall on how my career started. I was out here saving my life in public. I was out here saving my life in public. My mentors found me because I was out here saving my life in public out loud. And that medicine helped other people, but it wasn't about any of them. I was just bleeding and repairing myself publicly. I literally was like, you know what? I don't see Black femmes out here doing this work, and I need to do this work. So maybe if I do this work in front of people, it can give another Black femme the opportunity to do this work. So I'm just going to bleed in public, and I'm going to sew myself up in public. I'm going to clean these wounds out in public. I'm going to make medicine right in front of y'all and slap it on me in public. And that ended up helping other people. Who are you? Who you? Who you? Who are you? Who you? Heal for you. Get better for you. Save you. Who are you? Define you. What do you want? What makes you happy? What sets you off? What trips your trigger? What are you passionate about? It's all about you. You want to be a healer? Don't be a healer for other people. I want to be a healer to help others. You should kill that. Kill that. You a healer? Don't be a healer to help others. Kill that. Seems counterintuitive, don't it? Yeah, quit trying to save people. Quit trying to save people. And guess what? When you stop, you're going to help the most people you've ever helped. You are going to help the most people you've ever helped. If you stop trying to save everybody and you focus on saving yourself. Who are you? It's time to really sit down and be with that. What do you want? What do you need? What do you want? Kismet. Let's see. Kismet and the Spice Kitten are mentioning about the vagus nerve. Kismet said the vagus nerve is a major nerve that controls much of the human body's response to stress. Deep, slow breaths is just one way to activate it in a soothing way. Ooh. Yeah. Go look up that. They're giving some good information about the vagus nerve, and then do some research. Good information. Thank the both of you. But yeah, who are you? It's time to define it. It's time to redefine it. And I need you to understand and remember that it's always a good time to rebirth. You can always switch. You can always elevate. You ain't got to remain the same person that you were. The essence of who you are will remain the same, but it is okay to grow. It is okay to move forward. It is okay to be something else, to outgrow things. It is okay, okay? But who are you? And quit doing this for everybody else. Don't do your art for other people. Do it for you. This is why I love Andre 3000. Andre 3000, one of my favorite rappers from back in the day. Grew up with him. Grew up on him. As an artist, I'm so thankful he listened to himself. And as an artist myself who's getting ready to get back on the scene and pursue my art in a really big way, this art doesn't look like what it looked like 10 years ago. Yes, I'm still a poet. Yes, I'm still an MC. But what I'm about to produce yes, I'm still an actress. What I'm about to produce is all of that. And then some. Will you see all three elements in my new art? Yeah. Will you see? But you're also going to see an aspect of visual art that I've never displayed before. You're also going to see singing and putting together. Yeah, you're going to see the poetic aspect of me, but it ain't in the same ways. I'm not I am still writing poems and spitting them, but it's different now. That gave me so much more permission to pursue it how I want to pursue it, because he pursued it how he wanted to pursue it. Do you define you? Be you. Do you define you? Be you. Some of you, your manifestations ain't working because you're manifesting from an old self. You're manifesting from old ways, old thoughts, old things. That's why your manifestations ain't working. That's not who you are anymore. Some of you are manifesting romantic relationships from the person you used to be. That ain't who you are. You require different things. Listen, I can't manifest my loves and my lovers and my partners from who I used to be 10 years ago. I have different needs. I have different requirements. I have different wants. I have different abilities and different desires. I manifest the loves of my life from where I am right now. Who are you? Why are you doing what you're doing? Don't get sober for other people. Get sober for yourself. Don't get well for other people. Get well for yourself. Don't start exercising for other people. Do it for yourself. Do it for you. Don't get well for your kids. Do it for you. And if you have to do it for anything outside of yourself, spite. That's the only thing I say do it for if you ain't gonna do it for you. Don't do it for a human. Do it for you. Or do it for spite. Spite just keeps you going longer. It's like pepper. It's pepper. Do it for you. Do it for you. And we like spite, and why I advocate for starting out with spite. Because again, if you do it enough, it'll turn into you. It'll turn into you. Spite will oftentimes turn into you doing it for the reasons that are for you. Okay? Who are you? Do it for you. Do your art for you. The art I'm about to make, am I well aware that there are going to be a couple of my diehard fans that ain't feeling it? Yes. But I'm making my art for me. And the art that I made for me when they was feeling my art, I'm glad that they felt it. But even then, when they was feeling my art, I made that art for me. So I know that even if they don't like the new art that I make, just like I attracted them with that art, I will attract the people who are appropriate for this new art. Do it for you. Heal for you. Love for you. Do it for you. All right, beautiful people. The Cash App is LadySpeech. The Venmo, LadySpeech Sankofa. The PayPal, LadySpeech Sankofa at gmail.com. Always feel free to show your financial appreciation for this here labor. I appreciate and love you guys so very much. Thank you for your support. In the description box, you're going to find the decks we used today, the crystals that were mentioned earlier today. Also, you're going to find my link tree that has my Instagram. Yes, I'm back on Instagram. My TikTok. Yes, been on TikTok for a while. My Facebook, my pertinent information, as well as my payment information. My link tree is also going to contain any updates around all of these new developments that I've been working on. So I will always update the link tree before I announce it anywhere else. Starting by the end of December, you will be able to book me for readings, and the process is going to be streamlined. Okay, for this whole time I've only been offering general readings, and in the general readings we cover what we cover, but I have come up with 7 different offerings of readings. I'm not going to all debut them at once, but you will always be able to get the general reading from me. That is going to be my cheapest reading. And then we have a prosperity reading. We have a love reading. We have a 13th month forecast reading. Okay. We've got a few other offerings for you. So watch the link tree. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share as you see fit, my dears. And once again, I love and appreciate you all so deeply. Thank you for holding each other down and up in the comments. The way that y'all just love each other is amazing. The way y'all just handle business with one another is amazing, and I appreciate you. Riot SL, you are so very welcome, my dear. Natural Tendencies, thank you for the reminder, folks, to hit that like button. Rogue Woo, that's right. You know I love your work. This is Rogue Wolf's 128 work. I don't know if you do this for other people, but just in case you do, this is their work. They have given me and they've gifted me many things. This is crystal and copper. Their wire wrapping skills are freaking amazing. I really love this. What is this? This is... Was this lapis lazuli? I think this was lapis. Yeah, but this wand is excellent. I use it quite often. I love to use it in the speaking spank, but I use it for other things as well. So if you do sales stuff, put your name and your stuff in the comments. A lot of you guys make stuff. I think I'm going to put a community tab up where we can all share our work. Can y'all post pictures in the comments of my stuff? I hope you can post pictures. I want to do a community tab, and I think I'm going to do this every couple of months, where we can just share, where we can support each other, because a lot of you guys do really good work. Also, if you want me to spotlight your work, you can send it to my P.O. box, which is in the link tree. You guys, go off and get you some water. Go off and get you some good things. As of next month, we're going to be returning to the members only live streams. I'm going to be super honest with you guys. I have been shying away from that because I would prefer to use my phone, but if I'm going to do members only chat, it needs to be on my computer. I do not like the difference between my computer quality camera and my phone camera. And so because of that, my neurodivergency, I've been hitched on that. And I need to get over that. But also, I have another camera. So I really just need to figure out how to stream into my, and that's easy. I just need to figure it out. I need to figure out how to stream from my camera into my computer so I can use that. But whatever. Whether I figure that out or not, quality of the camera doesn't matter as long as y'all can see me. So, and you guys like those lives. So we'll be returning to members only lives very, very soon. And we're going to start off with another coloring session or my light bright. I'm actually looking for a Lego set because I want to do Legos with you guys. We're going to be going back to the inner child lives because I like doing those with you guys. We can color and be together and do all that good stuff. With that being said, you guys are wonderful. Let's end this with some affirmations. Let's let the deacon take us out. 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 Last night the DJ saved my life. We just transitioned into that. A quote from Ruby. What you seek is seeking you. 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 This is a quote from Julia Alvarez. The point is not to pay back kindness, but to pass it on. The point is not to pay back kindness, but to pass it on. The point is not to pay back kindness, it's to pass it on. The point is not to pay back kindness, it's to pass it on. The point is not to pay back kindness, it's to pass it on. The point is not to pay back kindness, it's to pass it on. All right, my dears. Well, once again, Cash App LadySpeech, Venmo LadySpeech Sankofa, PayPal LadySpeech Sankofa at gmail.com. I love and appreciate you for all you do. Thank you for your patience with me. Like I said, my creating kind of came to a halt. Also, it just didn't feel right to produce a lot of stuff. As I was holding vigil, and also a part of my spiritual court is, in one of my traditions, part of my spiritual court is the dead, but specifically the dead that are, they don't die correctly in that they're murdered or things like genocide. So what's happening? I feel those people. I feel those spirits. And I really had to do my duty as a death doula. Being a death doula is a part of my practice. And I just needed to spend 3 weeks holding some space. I just needed to spend 3 weeks deep in my practice with them, especially all of the children. Especially all the children. So I feel good about going back to creating. And I feel focused and directed, and I feel like I can do them justice, and I can play my role. I can't save everything, everybody in the world, but I can play my part, and I can play it as big as I can play it. And that's the game, is to give what I can give at the level I'm supposed to give it. And so I'm prepared for that. I'm prepared for that. But I take the advice that I give. You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself first. You have to take care of yourself. Save you. If I'm ever in danger and we're together, put your oxygen mask on first. Take those fresh, precious few moments to help you first. Then help me, if you can. Aftercare is the name of the game, my sweet, sweet babies. So go and drink some water. Go and eat some food. Go and do your prayer. Go do some ancestor veneration work. So I actually got to do mine. I got to give them something to eat. Do your work. Love yourself. And God, Goddess, Creator, Lawa, Orisha, spiritual animal allies willing, I will see you in the next video. I love you. I live you. Thank you. Peace. See you soon, my sweet babies. See you soon, my sweet babies. See you soon, my sweet babies.